So the instructions for the engine mount are fairly generic, and this is the first time I actually bought an engine mount kit for 29 millimeters, so I have to work through this myself. And when you think about it, the only thing that I have to really pay careful attention to is that when this threaded ring is put on like this, I have to make sure that this ring comes up almost flush and leave about 1 millimeter gap for the epoxy glue. So let me go ahead and go through these different steps. First thing I'm going to do is to treat the inside of this tube front and back with some CA to stiffen it up. That's actually very handy because when you start pushing these rings on, it tends to crumple the edge a little bit. So it's really nice to have that CA inside to help strengthen your engine mount tube. So the CA treatment that I do is fairly simple. All I have to do, CA glue, practically anyone will do fine. Just put a very simple bead of this glue around the inside of the engine mount tube. And then just go ahead and swirl this around a bit. Make sure that's nice and smoothed out. This is just a stiff wire rod. And now there's actually one particular step that you have to be very careful of. That is, you have to take a paper towel and you have to wipe the inside. But you have to do this fairly quickly so that you don't glue your paper towel inside. The reason is that as I put this on, you can see it's fairly lumpy in there. And because of that, if the CA glue dries with all these lumps, it's going to be really hard to get the engine in. So let me go ahead and do this. Just put this in the tube, turn it around a few times like this, and we're all done. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other end as well. I just need to cut the rings out. Should be pretty easy. And so now we have the rings. So let me go ahead and find the position for the aft spacer ring, because I have to make sure that I have proper spacing with this particular threaded part of the retainer. So let's put the ring on, then we're going to put this on. This goes on to a particular depth. Now you can go ahead and measure that, but it's a lot easier just going ahead and sliding this down until it's about 1 millimeter in back of that ring. And something like that. The reason is that when we push this ring down with the epoxy on it, the epoxy is going to squirt out underneath. And if you have this little gap in here, like I have, the epoxy is going to squirt out and form a fillet on the bottom side of this particular threaded component of the retainer. So again, it's just a little tip that we have to do, and it doesn't really talk about that much in the directions, but this is how we have to put this spacer on. So I have this marked off with this line, so when I put the glue on, I need to bring it up to this line. This particular spacer is actually halfway between the two ends. This is the total length of 8 inches. But this is at the 4-inch point. I don't know if there's any real specific requirement to where this ring needs to be. This one is the typical maybe 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch from the very top. So let me go ahead and get some epoxy mixed up and start putting this together. So to help the epoxy stick, I'm going to very, very lightly sand each of these lines to make sure that the epoxy sticks quite well. So this is really easy to do. You're not trying to take it down, you're just trying to make it a little bit rougher, remove some of the shiny stuff. And this is about all you need to do. And it should be okay. So let me just go ahead and do that. Okay, let me get going on the epoxy. Mention one more thing, and that is usually I attach the Kevlar cord onto the engine mount tube. However, I'm going to attach the Kevlar cord onto the coupler between the two tubes. So that should work out quite well. So I have the threaded part of the retainer. I'm going to put this on. You can see there's a little gap between this and the actually on the aft ring. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to take this off. I'm going to put a piece of tape around this so that this ring will push against the tape and keep it in a more fixed position as I put the epoxy on. Because I'm sure as I put the epoxy on, it's going to push on this. I don't want it pushing it around. There we go. So now as I put the epoxy around the back of this ring, and I don't have a lot of space to work with. This ring is less than 1/4 inch, so there's not a lot of room to work with. This way it'll push forward, but it's going to hit the tape. That'll keep it from sliding too far. Okay, so let me mix up some epoxy. I'm going to use this PC-7 epoxy. I used this when I built my high strength, high flyer rocket. It's really nice. This has the consistency of a putty, so that's fairly stiff. And to get that onto the engine mount tube, I'm going to actually spray it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol to thin it out just a little bit. Now it does, in theory, weaken it, but 5 fillets of epoxy, it's okay. It's going to be okay. So let me go ahead and do that, and we'll see how that works out. So I mixed up about 3.5 grams of the first epoxy and another 3.5 grams. So I mixed this up, and this does have a 1-hour work time, so I can work around with this for quite a bit of time. So I'm going to take some rubbing alcohol, and I've never tried this before, but it says that it does work, and that is to spray this with some rubbing alcohol and this will thin out just a little bit. You can see right now this is incredibly stiff stuff. It is a putty, so it makes this putty absolutely nice, but a little bit too stiff to work with the engine mount. So let me go ahead and try this out. So it's worked out really well. The previous batch had a consistency of putty, was very, very stiff. This has more of a consistency, I would say, like almost like a taffy. You see it's a little bit more workable, should be easier to use on the engine mount. So let me go ahead and put that on the engine mount and finish that up. So I have all the epoxy on the engine mount tube. This was a lot easier to put on because it was a little bit softer. The putty by itself is really, really stiff and kind of hard to trowel in there. But this worked really nice. All I did was just use a hobby stick. Looks like I mixed up 3.5 grams. I probably could have gotten away with maybe 2.5. The next step, though, is to put some rubbing alcohol on my finger to smooth this all out. That'll squish it down into the joint, make sure that I got a really, really nice contact and squish the air out. So that's the final step. So I'm all done, and I smoothed out the fillets, put a little spritz of rubbing alcohol on my finger, and you can wear a glove. It's really easy to do, and thinning this out a little bit helped it, make it easier to put on. And again, squeezing it down, making it into a fillet will squeeze the air out from underneath and give you a really, really good joint. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this cure. It's going to take 24 hours for this to cure, so I'll be back tomorrow. And it's also good to go ahead and put on the threaded part of the retainer and verify that you do indeed have that tiny little gap in between, and that's going to help you squeeze the epoxy around the bottom when you push this on. So yeah, this is really nice. Looking forward to finishing this part of the engine mount.